actually raining further south. Hopefully the sun sticks around here anyways. And what did I read today? How about this one? Apparently in other parts of the world, they're making drone regulations, I guess, stricter in terms of things such as mandatory registration. How about this one? This one says, government makes registration mandatory for operating drones. By the sounds of it, it seems like it's in Pakistan, I believe. It says the federal government has issued new regulations for the use of drones in the country, urging users to get registered with the Civil Aviation Authority. As per the new rules issued on the Ministry of Aviation's website, all unmanned aerial vehicles, known as drones, will have to be registered with the Civil Aviation Authority under the new Civil Unmanned Aircraft Rules 2024. Individuals already possessing UAVs will have to apply for registration of their drones within 4 months after the new rules will come into effect, whereas those who will acquire drones after the new regulations are in place will get 15 days to apply for the registration of their property. What this gets me to think too is, by reading this, it almost sounds like everyone's just copying each other. One person says, okay, this is our rules, and then they're kind of like, okay, well, I guess we might as well follow it. That's what it seems like anyways, versus actually basing it on some kind of scientific data on how it'll actually help things and so forth. But there are, I guess, some differences. Like this one says, also a person will not be allowed to register more than 3 unmanned aircraft of a category during 1 calendar year. Furthermore, drones have been divided into 4 categories on the basis of their maximum takeoff weight, namely Category 1, maximum takeoff weight less than or equal to 250 grams. Category 2, more than 250 grams but less than or equal to 10 kilograms. Category 3, more than 10 kilograms but less than or equal to 25 kilograms. And Category 4, more than 25 kilograms but less than or equal to 100 kilograms. Once the new rules come into effect, people will need CAA's remote pilot license to operate drones which fall within Categories 2, 3, and 4. So again, it's almost the same thing with what a lot of other people have around the world and so forth. And it says for the minimum age requirement, it says the applicant needs to be at least 18 years of age, has a qualified secondary school certificate or equivalent examination. So that's kind of interesting in itself too. So is technically, for example, a high school dropout not allowed to actually fly a drone in that sense? But that seems to be the trend, huh? Everywhere's implementing, I guess, these types of rules because the mass majority of people just assume on paper, okay, yeah, sounds right, versus if you really break it down, it doesn't. It depends on what you're using and how. Flying like, quote, toys around trees and so forth, what danger does that pose? I mean, you could be sensational and say, well, people could attach bombs and stuff to it, but I think you can say that about virtually everything, right? There has to be a balance where it comes down to things like common sense and logic. Because in terms of that thought, it depends on what you're using and how. How about this drone? This one says, Ukraine unveils Stalker 5.0 naval drone with kamikaze capability. As it says here, the latest Ukrainian Stalker 5.0 multifunctional naval surface drone was unveiled at the International Black Sea Security Forum 2024 in Odessa, as reported by local media outlet Tumskaya. The drone measures approximately 5 meters in length and 1.2 meters in width. It boasts a range of 600 kilometers and can be configured for kamikaze missions capable of carrying a combat unit weighing up to 150 kilograms on board. In addition to its kamikaze capability, the Stalker 5.0 serves as a logistics platform with a special compartment for transporting weapons, equipment, and provisions. The main known surface drones in the arsenal of the Ukrainian Defense Forces are Sea Baby, Magura V5, and Mykola 3. In addition to them, Mamai and large number of various transitional and small series products are in service. Such drones are one of the factors in deterring the Russian fleet. They perform a variety of tasks ranging from reconnaissance to strike operations. For a short time of its existence, Ukrainian naval drones caused great damage to the enemy and scuttled more than 1 enemy ship. Like this, I mean, it's clearly different in terms of something like this, for example. It depends on what you're using and how, huh? In terms of what you should be regulating or what you should be afraid of. And for, I guess, military types of news, this was kind of interesting here anyways. I would have thought this would have been standard usually, because I know when it comes to things like soldiers or military, I thought you have to, for example, potentially shave your hair and all that. This one says, Canadian soldiers ordered to trim beards and to tie black hair in dress code update. Canadian soldiers are being ordered to trim their beards and tie back long hair after restrictions were previously lifted in 2022. hair extending below the lower portion of the shirt collar must be tied back away from the face. An update from the Canadian Armed Forces states, facial hair is to be no more than 2.5 centimeters in length, bulk for any style. So that's kind of interesting, like why did they, I guess, change it at first? And according to this, it was because of, I guess, recruitment efforts. It says, as part of a bid to be less prohibitive and attract more troops, Canada's military relaxed its dress code in 2022 to allow everything from artificial nails to face tattoos and colored hair. All styles of facial hair and sideburns were also authorized, including dyed and braided beards, while hair could be any length if it didn't cover the face and was tied back if longer than shoulder length. While the changes have made many positive effects, there has been inconsistent interpretation and application, the forces said in its update. I did read before actually they were having difficulties actually recruiting people. It's kind of interesting how that would be a factor in people's minds anyways. Because again, I would imagine if you are in the battlefield per se, things like long hair and stuff, it could get in the way. Is that why they shave it, for example? But either way, I'm not sure if this will actually help with their recruitment overall, because I would imagine there would be a bigger reason why people wouldn't want to, for example, enlist themselves in the armed forces. Are those swans? I've never seen them here before. All right, see you guys later.